Kenji.
The way Greg, Mike, and I became friends was it started with Greg. So Greg has a Porsche repair shop in Pasadena.
Son at the time he drove a 07 911S. He was in the market for early 911. So from that point on, him and I just started talking about, Greg, what do you think about purchasing this car?
I met Son at my local gym. Our first conversation was about cars. It was about his affection for 1970 911S. I'm also a big Porsche guy, so that's how we started.
So over time we were talking about, family and getting older and being able to hang out with your friends. Like, how do you get away from the wives? Give an excuse to the wives and the kids that you're gonna hang out with your guy friends over a weekend. It's very tough, right? And we don't play golf, so hey, what if we built a car together? Since we all love Porsches, we were thinking originally of building this Porsche, but it didn't really make sense for us because we're not professional drivers and we wanted something like a weekend car, and the cost of it just didn't really make any sense. And then we started having a discussion of like, what car is attainable to us? What car do we have like a nostalgia relationship to? What car is realistic? What car is available out there? And actually Mike brought this 240Z idea up. And all of us from our generation, at least my generation, we have this connection to that car. So we started looking, and I saw a picture of this brown 73 240Z. And we were only like 10 minutes away. I gave the guy a call. He said, come by. And the car was honest. It was garaged for 15 years. There was no rust, all original, still ran. And we brokered a deal and we drove off. And the guy, it was great because you could tell this was just a good couple. And they needed that money to expand their home, and they wanted kids and stuff like that. So it was great to contribute to that, and it was great that it's an honest start.
The way the project came to us is a little bit interesting. Sung's Instagram post. He posted the Rocket Bunny 240Z that Mr. Mira from TRA Kyoto, and his comment was, can somebody in Southern California, I think, get this kit? My marketing manager saw that Instagram, and my marketing manager's like, what do you think? Contact me.
The great thing about Kenji and his team is that they're so open to sharing information. Their memories of the 240Z when they were young is what brought them onto this build, because the way I even connected with them was just through social media. And then when we sat with them, he gave me all this literature on the 240Z because he used to have one. I realized, man, if this Kenji became part of this build, then we're gonna have a very unique car.
So when I heard about the project, I immediately got excited because I used to own one. And was like, oh, one of these days I'll get to it. And then my wife and I had kids, and I got an offer that I couldn't refuse, and I had to let that car go. So this is definitely like a second chance, and see the car run. It'd be a perfect opportunity to get it out to SEMA and have Sung drive it even. That'd be a dream come true for me as well. So very exciting.
We're rebuilding the car from ground up, and it's what they call a resto mod. So every component is basically new or refurbished to the point that it's more strengthened, it's more durable for the application that we're going to do.
And I was always resisting that temptation. It was like always a dream of mine to get on the track and build my own cars and stuff, but I didn't want to be pigeonholed, if you will. And finally, when Paul Walker passed away, I remember I would have conversations with him. He was a big car guy, he raced cars and everything, and he had this whole warehouse of cars, and I would always ask him, like, how come you're not driving that? Why are you driving this little Nissan truck? He said, one day, eventually I'll drive that, and right now, I don't want to ruin that car, and I'll drive it later. And then I realized after he passed away, like, life is too short, man. You got to just go after it. If it's something I want, don't worry about what other people think. Go after it, right? And it's something that I always wanted to do. Well, life is about shared experiences. If I were to drive this car around by myself, it's just me. But with this, I get to share with my friends, I get to laugh with my friends, I get to create new memories with people and validate those memories. And also, create new friendships. The beauty of building a car is that there's so many components and so many elements. You have to bring in specialists from different departments, right? So, and for them to volunteer their time and to be passionate about this 240Z, there's already going to be a kinship. This 240Z represents new experiences with old friends and experiences with new friends, right? So it's very cool that just through this little Datsun, I can meet so many people. And then as we travel with the car, imagine all the people that we're going to be able to share our experience with. It's a pretty cool thing to be able to do it with other people.